Interphase Video Productions is proud to present the High School Basketball Game of the Week. Brought to you by Tiberio's Ristorante, Community Action and Litter Prevention, Wentz Fletcher Insurance, OhioHills.com, Heston's Auto Service and Used Cars, Don's Furniture, Arthur Treacher's Fish and Chips, and Tiki Bowling Lanes. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Lancaster High School, where tonight the Golden Gales take on the Westland Cougars. Andy Rice and Paul Jackson along with you tonight, and we've got a good one, Paul. Anytime the Golden Gales go against one of their OCC competitors, you can always look for a tough-fought ball game. And I think that's what we'll see tonight. If you just go on the records, Lancaster 9-1, Westland 4-5. Looks like Lancaster would have it, but that's not the case. It's going to be a good game. It's a full house. The Gales at 9-1, ranked in the state. Matter of fact, Lancaster overall can be proud of everything they've got going. The Golden Gales ranked in the top 15 in the state of Ohio Division I. The Fisher Catholic Fighting Irish rated #1 in the state of Ohio in Division 4. When we come back, we'll have tonight's starting lineup and the tip-off. But first, we're going to take this timeout. Try something different and get out of the hamburger fast food rut with a trip to Arthur Treacher's Fish and Chips. Dad with a hearty appetite can enjoy the original batter-dipped fish and chips, while Mom has the low-cal broiled fish dinner and the little ones order from the kids' menu. Remember, Arthur Treacher's food not only tastes good, but is good for you because they use only 100% cholesterol-free peanut oil. New owners, but the same great food at Arthur Treacher's, serving Lancaster for over 30 years.
Hi, I'm Fairfield County Commissioner Judy Shoup, here with students from Liberty Union Middle School, reminding you to always dispose of your waste tires in a legal and environmentally safe method.
Tires which are stockpiled hold stagnant waters that provide an ideal habitat for mosquitoes that could spread disease.
That's why my friends and I took a summer and helped to rid the county of this illegal tire dump. These kids have made the right choice. Won't you? With your help, we can stop illegal dumping in Fairfield County and keep our county beautiful.
Only at Don's Furniture in Lancaster can you get great buys like this traditional living room group with sofa, bump seat, 3 tables, and 2 lamps, plus the pillows for just $7.99. Or this full-size futon with mattress for only $158. Or this multicolor heavy-duty bunk bed, perfect for a growing family at $188. All this and more at Don's Furniture and Mattress Showroom, 1118 East Main Street in Lancaster, or visit them on the web at www.donsfurniture.com. If you want reliable high-speed internet services, call OhioHills.com. OhioHills.com is a regional company that is big on customer service. So when you call, you'll talk to a person, not a recording.
Hi, I'm Laura Hofstetter, owner of OhioHills.com. And you have my personal guarantee that we'll do everything we can to earn and keep your business.
Providing high-speed digital internet services with local access for Central and Southeast Ohio. Call OhioHills.com or visit our website at www.ohiohills.com.
Welcome back to Lancaster High School, the home of the Golden Gales, where tonight the Gales take on the Westland Cougars. Let's go over tonight's starting lineups for you. First, for the visiting Westland Cougars, coached by Reggie Wagstaff, coming in at 4-5 on the season, 2-2 in the OCC Capital Conference. Chris Cuccio, number 33, is the guard. He'll run everything out front. He stands in right tonight at 5'10" tall. Eric Bohr, number 25, will run at the other guard position. He stands at 6'1". The center is John Bell, number 30. He's 6'6". And Paul, you got little notations here. I don't know what exactly that means.
Well, John Bell has hit at 6'6", 10 3-pointers this year. So he is an outside threat for Chad McKnight to contend with.
The two forwards for the Westland Cougars, Mark Church, number 23, and Kevin Nye, number 22. But they watch for both of those guys to be on the outside as well. For the Golden Gales, coached by Jack Greathouse, 9-1 on the season, 4-1 in the OCC. They will have Brad Beatty, their senior leader, out front, along with Josh Laver and Kyle Greathouse, the triple guard threat for the Golden Gales. Laver, the dead-eye shooter, when he gets on, you just watch out. And Kyle Greathouse, much the same. Kyle, just a sophomore. Chad McKnight plays the post, and when he's on, he can be a force all by himself. And Andrew Totten, number 42, gets the nod at the off-forward position tonight for the Golden Gales. Well, Paul, as we said, we've got a full house here tonight. We got a couple of local officials that we said we wouldn't talk about or say anything bad about them. So we can look forward to a great ball game tonight. I don't know if it can be as exciting as that Newark game last week, however.
I hope not. I'm pretty old, and I don't think my heart can take another game like that. But again, it's, as you indicated, it's a league game, a divisional game, and I think Lancaster is ready to prove that they deserve the ranking they've gotten, and we look forward to it tonight. Westland
is a very streaky ball club. Some nights when they're on, they've beaten a couple of good teams this year, and however, when they're off, they're really off, and that's the point when you have a team like that. I'm sure Coach Wagstaff is a little frustrated because when they do show things, they have flashes of brilliance. I think statistics can say anything you want them to say, but Westland has beaten Westerville North at North this year, and a team that Lancaster played, Gahanna, Lancaster beat them by 1, Westland beat them by 15. This is a team that can play ball. Earlier in the summer, prior to the school starting, these two teams, Lancaster and Westland, met at Marietta in a little tournament down there. Westland beat Lancaster in there. Of course, that doesn't mean anything, I know that, but these are two teams that know each other, know what each other's going to do. No surprises here tonight. Going to be a good one. Tonight's tip-off brought to you by the Notestone CPA firm. Visit them on the web at notestonecpa.com. Whether an individual or small business, contact the Notestone CPA firm for all your tax needs. Or you can just look right smack in the middle of the stands on the far side. Yep. You can see Damon Notestone sitting right there. The Cougars have the ball first on offense. Church with the basketball right now. He's going to pull it back out and set up the offense for the Cougars. There's the big man outside. You got to watch for Bell. As Paul said, he can hit the three-pointer, and McKnight has to come out on him. Now he's trapped down on the baseline, has to whip it out to Cuccio. His shot off the side of the backboard, no good, and then the rebound by Church put back up, and it's good. And the Cougars have the first bucket of the ball game. Go ahead, Paul.
I'm sorry.
Kyle Greathouse brings the ball across the timeline. The Gales have their first shot at the basket. Gales running their flex offense, looking for the outside open shot. And what's so good, nice move that time by Laver, and then he gets the tip back up, and it's good. So we're tied at 2.
Nice job following his shot up there and staying with it by Josh.
Bohr to Nye. Nye on the left wing. Beatty lets him go left hand, but he has to pull it back out. Gets it to the big guy. He'll take the shot. It's no good. Church high for the rebound in the middle of the lane. Puts back up the shot, and it's good. Mark Church might be the one we have to watch out for tonight.
I think it's interesting to note that the second leading field goal percentage shooter in Central Ohio is Chad McKnight. You might expect that because he gets some low buckets underneath. Mark Church is the leading field goal percentage shooter in Central Ohio, and he's only 6'2". His shots predominantly come from the outside. He's a complete player.
McKnight tries to drive. Beatty will take the shot. It's no good, and the Golden Gales not able to get anything going offensively as the rebound is pulled down by Kevin Nye. Cuccio backs it up, listens to Coach Wagstaff. Cuccio guarded by Greathouse, and now the Cougars whip it around as they spread out their offense, trying to find a weakness in the Gales defense. Here's the big guy driving, and he's called for the offensive foul as Bell tried to drive around, and a good job that time by the Golden Gales. And the first turnover for the Cougars.
And Bell knew it. That whistle went. He never even looked at the official. He just turned around and walked to the other end of the floor. He knew where that call was going. Good job by Lancaster cutting off that lane.
Totten comes out of the ball game. We have our first substitution as Matt Alvis checks back in. Still not at 100% with his ankle.
I'll take him at 90%.
Yep, he's a good one, a good defensive ball player. McKnight. Be interesting to see if they try to get McKnight going offensively to get Bell in foul trouble. Greathouse will take the three. It's no good. And Alvis fighting for the rebound, can't get it. Knight comes up with it. And again, the Cougars on the run. Church looks back door, and he tried to hit Bell, and Bell missed it. Nice pass by Beatty down to Greathouse. He'll put up the shot. It's good. First bucket for Kyle. We're tied at 4.
First tie of the game.
Cuccio, he'll take the deep three. How about that?
Wow.
I think he took that one over on Fair Avenue somewhere. So Cuccio with the three-pointer puts his team up by 3, 7-4. Laver down on the baseline. Greathouse. And now the offense will set back up. Laver takes the left-handed shot off the baseline. McKnight with the rebound. How about that for going up strong, and then he's fouled. Looks like Church is going to get called for the foul. And he is, and that's his first, team second.
2 rebounds now for Lancaster, 4 for Westland.
McKnight goes to the line. Nice soft touch, but a little bit too hard. And now we have the first substitution in for Westland as Chad Ritkers checks in. He's 6'4", and Bell sits down. McKnight with the shot. It's good. Kind of rattled it in there, but he made it. And it's there we go. They had put up a point on the wrong side there. 7-5 is the score. Nice move down underneath, and then a strip by Kyle Greathouse. Up to Beatty. Beatty to the middle of the lane. Beatty up the glass. It's good. We're tied.
There again, defense predicates the offense. Good steal, push the ball up, easy bucket.
The Gales are uncanny how they do this, but they have 7 points and 4 different people have scored. Here's the shot, no good. Church with the rebound, goes up hard, no good.
Left-handed
Alvis
too.
And McKnight fighting for it, and now we're going to get a foul called, and looks like crashing in and getting, oh no, just knocking the ball out of bounds. So Beatty inbounds it there to Greathouse.
Lancaster with an opportunity to go ahead for the first time tonight. While Lancaster's bringing up, I want to congratulate John Kaufman's team. The reserves are undefeated for Lancaster.
There's McKnight with a shot up, and it's good. He has 3, and it's a 9-7 ball game in favor of the Gales.
John Kaufman's reserves team defeated Westland's reserve team 37-15 to remain undefeated. So congratulations to a hard-working bunch of kids there for Lancaster.
That ball almost knocked away, and now it does go over the timeline. And let's say they're going to call an over in the back. And so Westland turns it over for the 3rd time, and the Gales get it down below their own bucket.
Great job by Beatty to force that. Wow.
Beatty had to change that shot in midstream as Laver had the open. Matter of fact, it might have been 2 open. And the rebound is pulled down by 9. Gales lead it by 2, 9-7, 2:35 to play in the first quarter. McKnight almost ran over Ritkers outside there, but here's Church with the left-handed shot. It's good. Church has 6 of his team's 9 points.
Again, he's the top field goal shooter in the entire Central Ohio area, so we can expect him to, when the shot goes up, to be pretty much around the ball.
Laver again, wide open, but decides not to take it this time. Greathouse drives, and now the Gales looking. They have to go cross court. Beatty will take the three. It's good. 5 points for Beatty, and it's a 12-9 ball game in favor of the Gales.
Good look there by Alvis to find Beatty open.
Again, Westland spreading out their offense, trying to get a man-to-man down inside, and they do, and a nice turnaround jumper by Eric Bohr, his first bucket. So a 1-point game in favor of the Gales. Andy Boner coming up off the bench. He'll check in here on the next stop of the clock. Kyle Greathouse almost loses it right in front of us. Alvis has the open shot. His shot is good.
You know, he comes in really as a defensive specialist. He's coming in to guard Church and to haunt him around this court, but he can shoot too.
He's also got a pretty decent fastball.
That's another story for another time.
There's a cross-court, ill-advised pass. Fourth turnover as Nye couldn't get to it.
Lancaster has yet to commit a turnover tonight, and that's really helped them in maintaining this 3-point lead. But Westland is really shooting well.
Bonar checks in. He's across the timeline, gets it to Beatty. McKnight, back to Beatty, back to McKnight. Bonar, right in front of our position.
He's a 3-point specialist, too.
It's right around the corner from me, too, just in case anybody wanted to know. Here's a nice shot by Laver, and it's good.
Nice job of popping out on top by Laver to get the ball and then to get it to him and then to put it in the hole.
We're down to 28 seconds left to play here in the first quarter. 16-11, the Gales have opened up a 5-point lead. Nye almost stepped out of bounds. Drug his back foot around behind him.
15 seconds to go in the quarter.
They dish it over. The shot, no good. Rebound pulled down by McKnight. The Gales under one with 8 seconds. Over to Beatty. Beatty will take the three. No good, and Church with the rebound. 2 seconds, 1 second, and his shot will go, and off the glass, no good, and that is how we end the first quarter of play. The Gales 16, the Cougars of Westland 11. We'll be back with more right after this.
Do you remember the good old days when gas was 18 cents a gallon and car repair was honest and reliable? At Heston's Auto Service and Used Cars, they've been honest and reliable for over 56 years. Jim and Shirley Heston have made a commitment to maintain the same service you would receive back then. That's why generations of families have made Heston's their service and used car center. Heston's Auto Service and Used Cars, 603 Lincoln Avenue, Lancaster. You can buy your insurance from an 800 number, but do you know that person? And will they be there when you need them? At Wentz Fletcher, a motorist insurance agency, you know who you are dealing with. You see them in the community, and when you call, you deal with a person, not a machine. Wentz Fletcher and Motorist Insurance. You've known us for nearly 30 years. Call us at 653-5535 with your insurance questions. We can help. Wentz Fletcher Insurance, 1601 East.
Back at Lancaster High School, the Gales inbound the basketball, and Josh Laver drove with a bucket there, but the ball tipped away, and the Cougars come down with the ball, and here's a steal right back by Laver. Laver on the drive, his shot is up, and it's good. 6 points for Josh Laver, and the Gales have a 7-point lead, 18-11. Andy Rice and Paul Jackson as Church makes a move, and then he threw it away. And now the Cougars really
Two straight turnovers to start the half.
Really getting out of control now.
The second quarter, I'm sorry.
Once again, we are fortunate to have the student section right behind us. As the shot goes in and out, the rebound by Ritkers. So we get to hear lots of comments, hopefully that you can't hear at home. Beatty called for the reach. That's the first foul for the Gales. They're interesting comments. We've got our full crew on hand here tonight for the IVP sports staff, including our good pal Doan Livingstone, who comes to us and helps us out. each week as the shot is up and a three-pointer is good. And that shot is in by Kenny Kautz into the ball game.
Westland is a team that can do just about anything. They can drive and dish. They can shoot perimeter. Tonight so far it's been perimeter shooting.
Well, the Gales get a tough break there and the ball comes right back. And again, behind us we get the chanting going on behind us as the ball picked up by Kautz. He banks it off the glass and it's good. How about that? 5 points just into the ball game.
So 2 turnovers and then 5 points like that.
And just like that, the Cougars have pulled to within 2, 18-16. McKnight, and I don't think, well, there's the ball lost off of Laver. And they're going to say that Nye hit it.
I think we lost it, but then it was tipped before it went out.
Beatty will inbound it. Wayne Roller making the call. It's unique because we have the student section for the Gales right behind us, but then we also have the visiting Westland people kind of splitting us right behind us. So we hear both sides of it.
Couldn't have been any worse than being in the fans at Newark last week, I tell you that.
Well, here's another turnover, the third by the Gales. Nye can't decide what he wants to do, bangs it around a couple of times, and then we're going to get a foul inside. And let's see.
Well, that's McKnight.
I think Totten gets called for the foul. So that is the first foul for Andrew and the Gales' second team foul. Nye almost got a 5-second call. Coach Greathouse wanted it. You know, ever since you talked about him looking like Regis, he's never worn that stuff again.
It's a completely different look for him. I like that look. I wasn't demeaning him in any way. It was just a different look. I think more people than me mentioned that to him, though. I'm not the only one.
Well, Nye with the basketball, passes around front, Kautz.
Ooh.
Okay, and he traveled with the basketball. You can tell when Jackson gives it the woo that we know that it's Alvis back in for Totten.
7 turnovers now for Westland. Lancaster has 3 in all this quarter.
Greathouse, Beatty, Laver, Alvis, and McKnight. That's the 5 in the ball game right now for the Golden Gales. Here's McKnight again having the ball swatted away, and he can't get through there. And that's 2 times now that McKnight's tried to drive the lane and had the ball swatted away. Nye will take a drive. Let's see, he's blocked. And McKnight will pick up the foul. That will be his first. Andy Boner will come in as soon as we have the first foul shot. Nye goes to the line. He'll be shooting 2. The first shot is good. Beatty will sit down now for the Gales. Get a breather. Nye's second shot is no good, and McKnight steps in to grab the rebound. 18-17, Gales by a point. At 1 point, a 7-point lead is evaporated. Alvis cross courts to Greathouse, and it goes right through his hands and out of bounds.
I think Kyle just misjudged that. He went up and came down, and the ball went right through his hands.
I think he was almost surprised that he didn't have it. That's the 5th turnover for the Gales.
All this quarter.
Nye way outside, no good, and Alvis on the rebound for the Gales. Greathouse quickly up to Laver. Back to Greathouse. Thought about the shot.
We've got an outside shooting team here. Laver, Greathouse, Boner. They can all shoot. Alvis, McKnight, good shooters on the floor.
McKnight, how about that for a strong move to the hoop?
That's exactly right. He turned around and just took it right down.
5 points now for Chad. It's a 3-point game for the Gales. Beatty getting ready to check back in.
Lancaster's been man-to-man the whole night. I thought they might go zone at some point. We'll see.
Alvis is all over Church right now.
Yeah, that's a good matchup there. That's fun to watch.
Church takes the shot over Alvis, and he hits it. 8 points for Mark Church. Owner just does get it across the timeline inside McKnight. Nope, he's going to get called offensive. Just as soon as he dipped his shoulder, you could tell that's what they were going to call. Now for Chad McKnight, and he'll have to come out, I think, as Andrew Totten comes up off the bench. So Laver and McKnight sit down. Gales by a point, 20-19, 3:37 to play in the first half. Here's a turnaround by Bell. It's no good. And nice job by Andy Boner. He didn't have any chance at all grabbing that rebound, but he got himself positioned and the guy couldn't grab it. And Church up high for the rebound for the Cougars. He tries to back in, now he tosses it out. And we get a travel called on the outside as Bohr couldn't get his feet set. 8 turnovers for the Cougars. Paul, I don't know this for sure, but I just look at Coach Wagstaff. I can guarantee he's been coaching boys basketball for 30, 35 years. He just looks like one of those coaches that has been coaching it for a long time.
Seen it all.
Alvis to Totten.
Alvis down in the low post now. Trying to set a screen.
There's a shot, and it hits off the top of the backboard. That's turned over, and the Cougars will get the ball.
Westland with the chance to take the lead.
Laver checks back in, and Boner will sit down. .225 to play in the first half. Nice give and go, and nice job of defense that time by Totten, but Bell comes up, grabs the rebound, and Laver saves the easy 2 by fouling him from behind. But for Laver, he picks up his first foul, and now for the Gales, they have 5 team fouls.
Nice job there of cutting through the lane and finding the open man, but then not a good job by Lancaster of blocking out.
Well, Bell is yet to score, and he misses his first free throw. Second one, however, is good.
You'd think they'd want to go to him now with McKnight out of the game. You'd think they'd try to utilize their height advantage here.
We're all tied at 20 with 2:09 to play. Totten at the foul line. He'll drive the lane. He'll put up the left-handed shot strong, and it's rebounded, tipped away. Nye comes down with the basketball, and then he's skidded to a stop. I think everybody kind of looked around as if they might call a travel, but they don't. That shot is a little strong, no good. Ball tipped around, and it's going to go off for the Cougars out of bounds. And the Gales will get the basketball. Beatty crosses the timeline to Greathouse. Alvis in the corner. Beatty will take the shot inside the arc, and he hits it. 7 points for Brad Beatty.
I think without McKnight in there, they're a different team, and they start to look for that outside shot a little bit more.
Totten being aggressive, but he knew just as soon as he got up there, he wasn't going to get that. That's his second foul, and now the Gales, their big guys are getting in foul trouble. That's the 6th team foul, so the next foul sends Westland to the line. They lob it out to Bell. Little shuffling of the feet, and I'll tell you what, Westland really hurting themselves with all the turnovers. That's 9 now in the ball game.
Only 5 for Lancaster. See if Lancaster again comes down and Little perimeter passing settles for the outside shot. Again, they're not quite as strong without McKnight in that post position.
How about that? Beatty's going to get a free layup because the Westland Cougar defense turned their back.
That was a nice move and a nice perception by Beatty to see that.
24-20, Gales by 4 with 55 seconds to play. Boy, Jack all over somebody over there, and then a 5-second call. I'm sure Jack's presence right behind the official there doesn't help that out a little bit. See if the Gales hold it for the final shot. Beatty to Greathouse to Laver, and they are. They're going to go out and do their outside passing to get down to the final shot. Down to 15 seconds. Greathouse is fouled from behind.
No harm in that foul, just take a shot.
Couts with the foul, and that means the Gales win down it right in front of us. Brad Beatty throws it into Laver. 12 seconds. Beatty back to Laver.
Better hurry.
Greathouse with 3 seconds. Will take the three. Off balance, no good. The rebound hits the floor, and that's the end of the first half of play. After a half, the Gales lead it by 4, 24-20. We'll be back. We'll look at the halftime stats. But first, we're going to take this timeout.
Ti ho portato nel locale della mia sorella.
Sì.
Ci si mangia bene.
Sì, sì.
E dove si spende poco.
Sì.
È vero, Luciana?
Sì.
You don't have to travel overseas for real Italian cooking. Tiberio's Ristorante in downtown Lancaster. When you talk to the advertiser, you talk to the owners. When you do business with the advertiser, you'll find an attentiveness to your needs that only an owner can give. The Advertiser, bringing buyers and sellers together with Fairfield County's largest selection of real estate. The Advertiser's classified ads are free for items $500 or less, and every classified ad is automatically placed on the web at no additional charge, connecting you to over 700 publications throughout the United States. The Lancaster Advertiser, proud of the company we keep. Now that cold weather has arrived, where can you go to maintain your summer shape?
Hi, welcome to World Gym.
Whether you're trying to keep that summer shape or starting on a new workout routine, World Gym is the place to come. Use free weights or the area's most extensive exercise equipment. For that great cardio workout, try the treadmills, steppers, recumbent bikes, or the hottest fitness machine on the market today, the Elliptical Edge. In the Plaza Shopping Center,
World Gym, if you're serious.
We're back at Lancaster High School, where at halftime the Golden Gales lead the Westland Cougars 24-20. Gales led in scoring in the first half by Brad Beatty's 9, 6 for Josh Laver, 5 for Chad McKnight, and 2 apiece for Kyle Greathouse and Matt Alvis. For the Westland Cougars, they're scoring pretty much spread out like the Gales. Mark Church has 8 points for their leading scorer. Couts has 5. 3 for Cuccio, 2 for Bohr, and a point apiece for John Bell and Kevin Nye. That adds up 20 for the Cougars. And Paul, I think the first half can be typified by the fact that the Golden Gales were really starting to pull away till they turned it over, and the Cougars, if they weren't turning the ball over so much, would probably be a little bit closer than they are right now.
Lancaster didn't have a turnover in the first quarter, ended up with 5 for the half. But to their credit, as you indicated, Westland hasn't done a good job of hanging onto the ball either. They turned it over 11 times. So that's hurt Westland a lot.
Well, as the band strikes it up in the background behind us, we're going to take another timeout. When we come back, we'll have the second half of play. Again, at halftime, the Golden Gales 24, the Westland Cougars 20. We'll be back right after this.
Try something different and get out of the hamburger fast food rut with a trip to Arthur Treacher's Fish and Chips. Dad with a hearty appetite can enjoy the original batter-dipped fish and chips, while Mom has the low-cal broiled fish dinner and the little ones order from the kids menu. Remember, Arthur Treacher's food not only tastes good, but is good for you because they use only 100% cholesterol-free peanut oil. New owners, but the same great food at Arthur Treacher's, serving Lancaster for over 30 years.
Hi, I'm Fairfield County Commissioner Alan Reed. Did you know that paper and paper products are abundant in our homes, schools, and businesses? You can help reduce the waste and save valuable natural resources by simply taking advantage of the many recycling centers, drop-off programs, and curbside programs in our county. Encourage your school or office to begin recycling cardboard and high-grade paper. You can help keep Fairfield County a great place to live.
Only at Don's Furniture in Lancaster can you get great buys like this traditional living room group with sofa, love seat, 3 tables, and 2 lamps, plus the pillows for just $7.99. Or this full-size futon with mattress for only $158. Or this multicolor heavy-duty bunk bed, perfect for a growing family at $188. All this and more at Don's Furniture and Mattress Showroom, 1118 East Main Street in Lancaster, or visit them on the web at www.donsfurniture.com. If you want reliable high-speed internet services, call OhioHills.com. OhioHills.com is a regional company that is big on customer service. So when you call, you'll talk to a person, not a recording.
Hi, I'm Laura Hofstetter, owner of OhioHills.com. And you have my personal guarantee that we'll do everything we can to earn and keep your business. Providing high-speed digital internet services with local access for Central and Southeast Ohio. Call OhioHills.com or visit our website at www.ohiohills.com.
So, what do you want to do?
I don't care.
We could just hang.
Just hang? Yeah, that's fine. Whatever.
Who let the dogs out? 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 When the party was nice, the party was pumping. Hey, yeah.
Call Tiki Lanes for dates and times of the next Thunder Alley.
Back at Lancaster High School, we're having problems hearing from the truck, but if you've just tuned in, like we have out here, where the Gales got a turnover on a Mark Church foul down at the far end. Golden Gales have the basketball underneath their own bucket. Josh Laver, Kyle Greathouse, Brad Beatty.
They're 12th. Lancaster is causing 13 turnovers a game, so they're a little bit ahead of their schedule in that department.
Well, the way, as we talked earlier, Westland is the type of team that, you know, runs hot and cold, and I would imagine that although they're sticking with the Gales, Laver shot no good, and Church way up high for that rebound. Even though they're sticking close to the Gales, you would have to think that this is probably one of their off nights, and there's a nice rebound pulled down by McKnight. Church couldn't get it to go. Laver decides better, pulls it back out, tries it again. Laver goes baseline this time. Nice reverse move, no good. Ball batted around, picked up by Cuccio. So we're stuck where we were when we started the third quarter, 24-20. Church drives, pops it back out. Now they whip it around. Here's the shot. It's up, it's no good. Rebound comes down to Greathouse. Kyle to Beatty. Beatty drives, dishes over to Laver, back to Beatty. Nice head fake. How about that? Straight up the lane, and he puts it up, and it's good. 11 points for Brad Beatty.
Good, smart heads-up play by Beatty. Had the outside shot, just took it to the hoop, and nobody challenged him, and he just laid it off the glass.
I want to remind everybody that our third half throw-in, or we like to call it the second half tip-off, even though it's not there, brought to you by the Notestone CPA firm. Church backs in, but he's fouled. Let's see if it goes against Totten or against McKnight. I think it's going to go against Totten. It is. And for Andrew, that's his third foul. Later on, we'll be picking our Tiki Bowling Lanes player of the ball game. A couple of people in the running right now for the Gales. That ball tipped away. Alvis, who's checked back into the ball game and almost had that one. Nice move by the Cougars. Here's a shot, no good. And again, a rebound by McKnight, and now the Gales on the run. Alvis, head fake, and then gets a shot blocked by Church, and Church picks it up. He is just so quick off his feet, Church is. He can, not real tall, but he can get up in a hurry. Now he takes the outside shot, no good, and a rebound pulled down by McKnight, but he is fouled by Ritkers, his first.
6 rebound for McKnight. He's got 3 already this third quarter.
Checking out is Nye for the Cougars.
Wanted to comment too, I saw Gary Mahler before the game. Gary has really only about a month and a half left as far as an administrator in the Lancaster school system. We'll probably mention that as we get closer. In fact, he's going to be on with Stan in the Town and Country show to kind of salute him, but he's had a long and storied career with Lancaster.
Well, the shooting woes continue for both ball clubs as McKnight couldn't get the shot to go, and now Cuccio drives the lane for the Cougars, dishes down underneath. Ritkers puts up the shot way off the mark, no good. Rebound pulled down by Greathouse.
Boy, they are always looking for that extra pass.
McKnight can't get it. Alvis can't get it. Picked up by Beatty. Beatty can't get it. And that ball fell right into the lap of Bohr. And then Church comes down the lane and he is fouled. And I think they're going to say it was on the floor.
Boy, he was on the right place at the right time, just kind of laying there, and the ball came right to him after it kind of nicked off his leg.
Kyle Greathouse picks up his first foul.
Lancaster got a lead about midway in the first quarter and hasn't lost it and kind of maintained it around 4, 5, 6 points.
Westland almost in trouble of getting a 5-second call. The official set the ball down. He is tired of waiting for someone to come over to throw it in. Here's Cuccio with the shot. He's uncanny with those 3-pointers. He's only shot the ball twice, and both of them 3-pointers, both of them from way beyond the arc, and both of them are good. Gales playing pass, and Kyle Greathouse says, hey, I can do that too. 5 points for Greathouse.
Kyle's the leading 3-point shooter on the Gales, hitting 75%, or rather 46% from the 3-point line.
Say he's shooting 75%. He's doing pretty good. Gales almost get another turnover from the Cougars. Couts with the basketball. Comes all the way back out to the front. You can tell those guys that like to dribble the basketball because that's all he's been doing. His shot, how about that?
He had Alvis and he had Beatty all over him, and he just forced that ball up and in.
He's got 7 points and all off the bench.
5 straight points, or not 5 straight points, but 5 points for Westland.
The basket's good, and a foul on the inside as Chad McKnight picked up the loose ball and went right strong to the hoop to get the score.
When he goes up like that, he just is so towering and overpowering over most other players.
That goes against Church, and that's his third, and he's the only person in foul trouble for Westland, and they can ill afford to lose him.
Without Bell in there, they are really not that strong underneath.
McKnight completes the 3-point play, and he has 8 points for the ball game. Counts again, out front dribbling. Church goes baseline, spins into McKnight, no good, gets his own rebound, puts up the shot again, no good.
Out of control.
McKnight tips it over to Greathouse. Greathouse, well, now McKnight hits the deck and goes down and slides halfway across the floor. And we've got a foul, I believe, called against Alvis, and it is. Well, that was a strange trip up the floor. And the Cougars want to take a timeout, as you see Coach Greathouse, and the Gales will talk about it. We'll be back with more right after we take this timeout.
You can buy your insurance from an 800 number, but do you know that person? And will they be there when you need them? At Wentz Fletcher, a motorist insurance agency, you know who you are dealing with. You see them in the community, and when you call, you deal with a person, not a machine. Wentz Fletcher and Motorist Insurance. You've known us for nearly 30 years. Call us at 653-5535 with your insurance questions. We can help. Wentz Fletcher Insurance, 1601 East Main Street, Lancaster.
Ti ho portato nel locale della mia sorella.
Sì.
Ci si mangia bene.
Sì, sì.
E dove si spende poco.
Sì.
È vero, Luciana?
Sì.
You don't have to travel overseas for real Italian cooking. Tiberio's Ristorante in downtown Lancaster.
We're back at Lancaster High School where the Gales lead 32-25 and Westland can't get the shot to go. The Gales on the run again. Greathouse Beatty. Beatty goes baseline, dishes cross, and it's stolen by Couts. Brad drove down in there and then couldn't do anything with it. Trying to bounce pass one in, ball knocked away, and it's picked up by the Cougars. They're going to give him the open shot. It's no good. Gets his own rebound, does Bohr. Can't do anything this time, and he loses it off of himself out of bounds. The Cougars have a couple times come real close to getting the old letter T thrown at them. We're saying a few things to the officials all the way around. McKnight goes
nice
strong
pass.
to the hoop, and he is fouled again.
Nice pass from Alvis.
And there we do get a technical foul called. The official under the bucket, Wayne Roller, called the foul, and then Church did something, bounced the ball hard off the floor, and then the backside official called a technical. Now, you know, I don't really remember, Paul, and this always comes up when this happens. If the technical's called against Church, does that go as a personal against him? Well, Rickers picked up the foul on McKnight, and they say that's his third. I only had him down for one. Now the officials are discussing it. As you see Coach Wagstaff, and they're trying to determine exactly what did happen. Now, McKnight will shoot his one shot on the three-point play here, as he was fouled when he went up for the shot.
So this is the one for his regular conventional three-point opportunity.
Looks good, and it is. 6 points in the quarter for McKnight, 11 overall. Now Josh Laver will step up, and he'll be shooting the technical foul shots as the Gales have pulled out to a 10-point lead, 35-25. First one's good. Boy, Josh doesn't mess around, does he?
Get the ball, up it goes.
Yep. Get yourself set, throw it up there, it's good.
You shoot like that, you can do it.
So now the Gales have a 12-point lead, 37-25, and now it's just a 30-second timeout. So we'll keep it right here as the Cougars decide that they want to discuss things a little bit. Coach Wagstaff wants to try and cool his team down a little bit because they were, I mean, really just within 2-4 points there for a while, and then all of a sudden the Gales have exploded here in the latter parts of the third quarter.
This could be an 8-point opportunity down the floor. They had the 3-point play by McKnight, the 2 free throws, and they have the ball again. So conceivably, it could be stretched to 8 or maybe even 9 points at the farthest realm of possibility here. But this was a big part of the game right here for Lancaster. They've really opened up a margin.
Lancaster cheerleaders and everyone else see the fact that the Gales have exploded out here, and that's the mark of a good ball club, is the fact that at any given moment they can turn it on and score that many points. And we're waiting now as Nye wants to check in. And now there seems to be some discussion over there as to, oh, I see Church. Church had sat down. And evidently, coming out of a technical foul like that, Church can't sit down. So Nye has to wait over on the far side. Laver, Alvis, Beatty will take the 3. Ooh, in and out, no good. Ball batted around, picked up by Bell. Bell to Church on the run. Church stops and pops in the lane, no good. Ball on the floor, but Church picks it back up. He's just real quick. They dish it over. Couts will take the 3. It's no good. Beatty gets the ball knocked away, and Church gets it again. Bell will take the 3. It's no good, and McKnight grabs the rebound for the Gales. Long pass down the floor. Cuccio with the interception. Oh, I'm sorry, wrong sport. Well, it's getting a little, what would you call it, schoolyard out here, as both teams just running up and down the floor. Cuccio wide open underneath the hoop, and he has 8 points.
Nice look underneath, and a couple of the Gales just look each other like, I had him, or I thought you had him.
Well, whoever had him didn't have him. 37 seconds, the Gales will pull it back for the final shot, or at least they look like it, unless Laver gets an open shot like that, and it's short. McKnight with the rebound. Back out, and now...
Now Jack wants to slow it down.
Oh, yeah, he's up quickly, as Coach Greathouse to yell. 20 seconds to play.
I don't think he wanted that last shot taken.
Laver drives, dishes over. Greathouse will take the 3. It's good. 8 points for Greathouse, and a double dribble as the quarter ends. And let's see if that will mean that the Gales get the ball to start. Yes, they will. So we'll come back. We'll start the fourth quarter, but right now the Gales lead at 40-27.
Try something different and get out of the hamburger fast food rut with a trip to Arthur Treacher's Fish and Chips. Dad with the hearty appetite can enjoy the original batter-dipped fish and chips, while Mom has the low-cal broiled fish dinner and the little ones order from the kids menu. Remember, Arthur Treacher's food not only tastes good, but is good for you because they use only 100% cholesterol-free peanut oil. New owners, but the same great food at Arthur Treacher's, serving Lancaster for over 30 years.
Hi, I'm Fairfield County Commissioner Judy Shoup, here with students from Liberty Union Middle School, reminding you to always dispose of your waste tires in a legal and environmentally safe method.
Tires which are stockpiled hold stagnant waters that provide an ideal habitat for mosquitoes that could spread disease.
That's why my friends and I took a summer and helped to rid the county of this illegal tire dump. These kids have made the right choice. Won't you? With your help, we can stop illegal dumping in Fairfield County and keep our county beautiful.
Golden Gales start with the basketball as we begin the fourth quarter of play, and the ball almost tipped away and stolen, but Chad McKnight does a good job of coming out and getting it. Greathouse open again for 3. That's his spot.
Kyle's starting to feel it all night long.
That's 3 3-pointers in the second half for Greathouse. Gales lead at 43-27. Counts. Nice backdoor pass and a nice shot that time by Bohr as he gets the shot up and it's good. And 4 points now for Bohr.
Church a little token pressure at midcourt.
McKnight. How about that for going up high? Chad bidding to get that Tiki Bowling Lanes Player of the Ball Game honors.
Alvis still on Church.
They dish it back out. Church will take the three. It's good. The man is uncanny. He has 11 points. That's his first bucket in the second half. 45-32. Gales by 13.
Difference in the game is still kind of that one possession down here where the Gales opened up a little bit of air between them.
Laver had it open momentarily, decides against it. Nice drive by Beatty. His shot is good. 13 points for Brad Beatty.
Gales doing a little bit of inside work now instead of settling for the outside shot.
I bet you Couts does nothing at home but dribble a basketball around because he's just got that type of movement. As the ball knocked away from Church.
Got that gym rat mentality.
Andrew Totten checks in the ball game for the Gales. McKnight will sit down. Ty inbounds to Bell.
Bell's pretty much been a non-factor here in this game. Totten trying to front him.
Counts his shot no good. Bell gets the rebound. His shot is good. He's fouled. Let's see who this goes against. Could be either Alvis or Totten.
I think Totten.
No, it's Alvis.
Is it?
Yep. That's the second foul for Alvis. Bell with 3 points. And McKnight right back in for Totten. So evidently Coach Greathouse had something to say to Chad. Give him a drink of water and get him right back out there. Well, Bell has 4 points. And now wait a minute, now we've got a little discussion. I think they were concerned about the substitution there. They think they wanted to be sure that Chad McKnight had sat down for the whole time, or you know, you're not allowed to just sit down during a break in the action and come right back in. Alvis at the foul line. Gets it to Laver. Laver will put up a shot. Does it go? No.
Good penetration, though.
Couts picks up the foul, and Laver goes to the line. He'll be shooting 2 shots in the ball game. He has 8 points. The Gales very close to having 3 players in double figures. If Laver can make this, he'll be in double figures along with McKnight and Beatty. And it's very possible, well, I take that back, Kyle Greathouse is in double figures. So the Gales would have 4 players in double figures, but that shot doesn't go. So I jinxed him, sorry. Josh, accept my apology.
Lancaster averages 56 points a game, so they're closing in on that mark for them.
4:55 as Bell drives. His shot no good. Ball tipped away. Boner comes up for it. Then the ball tipped, and now that goes going to be tipped out of bounds by Couts as the Gales. Seems like when the teams start to get running and gunning, they really just start throwing the ball all over the place. Ooh. And Alvis thought maybe he had picked up his pivot foot, but he didn't as the Gales work the ball on the offense. 4.5 minutes to play in the ball game. Lavers calling for the offensive. That's his second.
9 turnovers for the Gales tonight. First one in quite a while.
Our game next Friday night will see us travel down the road to Sugartown as the Fisher Catholic Fighting Irish take on the Rockets of Berne Union. And we'll have that action for you next Saturday and Sunday, 12:30 and 8 o'clock, right here on Channel 22. And Beatty,
he got all ball, but they're saying body.
Yep.
He definitely got his hand on top of that ball and blocked that, but they're saying he was given a little action with the body.
Well, Jack
thinks he got all ball, and that was it. End of story.
I think so, yep.
There it is, all ball.
First shot is no good as Nye can't get it to go. He only has a point in this ball game.
Foul getting ready to check back in.
That's right. The second shot is good. 2 points for Nye, and Kyle Greathouse in for Boner. 48-36. The Gales lead it by 12. Laver, Beatty back to Laver as they cross the timeline. Well, that goes against Church. I've got him for 4 personals, but they only have him for 3. So evidently I had missed somewhere along the line. Laver puts the first one up, and now the Golden Gales have 4 players in double figures. Laver with the 11 points. And we have a timeout, which I believe is just a 20-second timeout. Although correct me if I'm wrong, Paul, those are technically supposed to be 20-second timeouts, but I hear him yell 30.
Yeah, that seems to be the way it's going.
So they're getting an extra 10 seconds out of it. We're just going to keep it here. And once again, remind you that if you're not sure about which games we're going to be doing over the next couple weeks, you can always check out the schedule on the Interphase website, www.interphase.com. That's INNERPHASE.com. Of course, we have the basketball schedule and lots of other things that you can find out about the things we do at Interphase Video. That's www.interphase.com. Cougars have the basketball with 4:04 to play in the ball game. The Gales lead it by 14, 50-36.
Westland can't mess around now. They've got to get the ball down here and probably get it in Church's hands at least once. He has to touch, I think, every time it comes down.
Nye goes baseline, tries to go underneath, can't get it. McKnight on the rebound, has the ball knocked away right to our position.
I had that. Did it come up here?
I think it hit the KFC sign right in front of us.
Rod will be pleased about that. A nice plug for him.
Cuccio will check back in the ball game for the Cougars, and Nye sits down.
You know, when you look over at the fans and you sort of see a lot of the same fans every week here, I'm always impressed at how many administrators, teachers, school board members turn out for each and every game for Lancaster. I mean, it's a real community support for the Gales every time they play a game. Same for football, too.
Well, plus Jack wouldn't let him hear the end of it if they did.
I go to your games, you come to mine.
Greathouse, Beatty at the elbow. Beatty goes baseline. Nice shot right down the lane by Beatty. 15 points for Brad Beatty. 52-36. Gales with 16.
Heard a funny story from Tom Marr today about his basketball playing career. We get a chance, I'll tell you that one.
Couts tries to go one-on-one to Greathouse, and Greathouse is going to get called for the foul. His second.
Well, Tom, superintendent of the Lancaster City Schools, Tom Marr, went to school up in the Cleveland area, northern Ohio. And if anybody knows him, he's not the tallest guy in the world. Short, stocky, footballish, and actually in the Baldwin Wallace Hall of Fame. But one day he's walking down the hall at high school, and the basketball coach to him and says, "Marr, come here." He says, "I heard a rumor about you." He says, "You're not going to go out for basketball, are you?" He says, "No." He says, "Good, I think the wrestling coach wants you to go out." No, he said, "Don't come out for basketball." So that was the extent of Superintendent Marr's basketball career.
Well, Kenny Kautz, during that little story, had the worst thing that could ever happen to you as a basketball player in an opposing gym, shooting an air ball on a free throw.
And I think it was noticed by the Lancaster fans.
I think that the student section caught on to that. Yep, Cuccio picks up his first foul, and Kyle Greathouse will go to the line to shoot 1 and 1, and the first shot is good. 12 points in the ball game for Kyle Greathouse. Second shot banks, but it goes after hitting the front of the rim. That ball knocked away, and Beatty right in front of us.
Beatty and Cuccio talking a little bit there before it came in, not trash talking, just talking to each other, and they smile at each other. They're having a good time.
Greathouse, I think, got a piece of that shot. As they try to dish it down, I tell you what, we would have seen a dunk because McKnight was setting up for one. Got a foul on the outside, and I think Chad McKnight picked up that foul. That's his third.
Lancaster trying to run their record to 10 and 1, and as you indicated, rated in the state in the top 15 or 16.
The shot by Bell is no good. So the Gales with a 17-point lead. Beatty thought about it.
I think Lancaster would like to take some air out here.
Alvis from the elbow. It's no good. McKnight high to grab that rebound. How about that?
10 rebounds now for Chad.
He's got a double-double tonight. Church stops, pops. It's good. He's just automatic. Might as well just. The only problem that I see is that he just doesn't take a whole lot of shots. Usually the scores.
He's a high percentage shooter. He just doesn't shoot a lot.
The ball tipped away. The Gales will keep it with a minute 26, and we're going to see wholesale substitutions. Stuart Perlow, Chad Notestone, Andy Bonar, and Mike Siegel all check into the ball game. So Matt Alvis, the only Gale that remains on the floor. And
Chad Notestone, Stu Perlow.
Westland starts to clear their bench out a little bit too, as we see
Mike Siegel,
Kenny Niss,
Dave Alvis now, or Matt Alvis going out.
And checking in is Dustin Poling.
So Poling, Boner, Siegel, Notestone.
There's some subs in for Westland. We'll get to them as they get action going here.
That ball up. Oh, they want to shoot right now. And you know what their directive is, but.
Poling, nice head fake. He'll put up the shot. It's no good, and a rebound pulled down.
McKnight and the bench are off on that one. They wanted to see that one go. They'd love to see these guys score.
Here's the shot. It's no good. Ball batted around, and we're going to get a foul inside as Paul DeLong, number 40 for Westland, gets fouled.
So again, Lancaster trying to move to their 10th win, 10 and 1 for the year. This would knock Westland down to 4 and 6. 4 and 1 for Lancaster in the conference also.
Andy Boner will check out, and Jared McCabe checks in for the Gales. First shot by DeLong is good. Second shot is no good, and it's going to be off the Cougars, out of bounds.
Ooh, gave up the dribble there.
Poling takes it across the timeline for the Gales. Gets to Notestone. Down to 37 seconds. McCabe drives the shot, no good, and a ball batted around, picked up. Again, McCabe with the shot, no good. The ball again batted around, and it's going to go to the Cougars with 27 seconds left to play. Coach Greathouse wants the Gales up on defense. Under 20 seconds. DeLong almost loses it. Cuccio still in the ball game for the Cougars.
They're going to put the last shot up.
Ooh, in and out, no good. The ball batted around, picked up the shot. It's no good. DeLong can't get the rebound, and with 1.3 seconds, Dustin Poling will go to the line to shoot 1-on-1.
Isn't this about where Brad Beatty sinks the winning basket? Is that,
I think so.
No. I had a deja vu moment again.
Oh, I'm sorry, Poling will actually be shooting 2 because that's the 10th team foul. That last foul, one against Bobby Wright for Westland.
The bench really giving it to Poling.
Second shot goes in by Poling.
And they like that.
And that is the end of the ball game. The final score, the Golden Gales 57 and the Westland Cougars 40. We'll be back with a look at the Tiki Bowling Lanes player of the ball game. But first, we're going to take this time out.
Only at Don's Furniture in Lancaster can you get great buys like this traditional living room group with sofa, love seat, 3 tables, and 2 lamps, plus the pillows for just $7.99. Or this full-size futon with mattress for only $158. Or this multicolor heavy-duty bunk bed, perfect for a growing family at $188. All this and more at Don's Furniture and Mattress Showroom, 1118 East Main Street in Lancaster. Or visit them on the web at www.donsfurniture.com.
Do you remember the good old days when gas was 18 cents a gallon and car repair was honest and reliable? At Heston's Auto Service and Used Cars, they've been honest and reliable for over 56 years. Jim and Shirley Heston have made a commitment to maintain the same service you would receive back then. That's why generations of families have made Heston's their service and used car center. Heston's Auto Service and Used Cars, 603 Lincoln Avenue, Lancaster.
You can buy your insurance from an 800 number, but do you know that person? And will they be there when you need them? At Wentz Fletcher, a motorist insurance agency, you know who you are dealing with. You see them in the community, and when you call, you deal with a person, not a machine. Wentz Fletcher and Motorist Insurance. You've known us for nearly 30 years. Call us at 653-5535 with your insurance questions. We can help. Wentz Fletcher Insurance, 1601 East Main Street, Lancaster.
Head on down to your local bowling center and join the Cartoon Network Bowling Club. You can get a glow-in-the-dark bowling ball and a t-shirt from one of your favorite characters like Fred Flintstone, Johnny Bravo, Scooby-Doo, or Dee-Dee, and a Flintstones video. Plus, you get a free gift just for signing up. Look for the Cartoon Network Bowling Club coming to your town soon.
The first meeting is Sunday, January 14th. Call or stop by Tiki Bowling Lanes for more details.
Back at Lancaster High School, where the Gales victorious tonight, 57-40 over the Westland Cougars. And looking down at the scoring, Brad Beatty with 15 points in the ball game, 13 for Kyle Greathouse, 11 for Josh Laver, 2 for Matt Albus, and 15 points and 10 rebounds for our Tiki Bowling Lanes player of the ball game, Chad McKnight. Chad with just a great ball game, a double-double. And, of course, the player of the game brought to you by Tiki Lanes. Visit them on the web at tikilanes.com to check out all their features and upcoming events. And, of course, we want you to give them a call, 654-4513, and ask about scheduling your child's birthday party at Tiki Bowling Lanes. Greg, Wendy, and the whole crew out there will be more than happy to take care of you. The Tiki Bowling Lanes player of the ball game, once again, Chad McKnight, and Paul, just a great ball game all around.
Well, it was a good first half, pretty even. Lancaster led 24-20 at the end of a half, but then they just kind of exploded in the second half and outscored Westland 33-20 to end up with a 17-point win tonight. So Westland was a team that we knew could play good, or Lancaster could really be on, and I think it turned out to be the latter. Lancaster really played a good game tonight.
The Gales moved their overall record to 10-1, 5-1 in the OCC. And right now, I would think that we're going to be looking back towards that rematch with Pickerington as the big ball game so far. Once again, the final score is 57-40. The Gales victorious. For Paul Jackson and the entire IVP Sports crew, I'm Andy Rice. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Interphase Video Productions is proud to present the High School Basketball Game of the Week. Brought to you by Tiberio's Ristorante, Community Action and Litter Prevention, Wentz Fletcher Insurance, OhioHills.com, Heston's Auto Service and Used Cars, Don's Furniture, Arthur Treacher's Fish and Chips, and Tiki Bowling Lane.